doing it. You guys are toast. And whilst I'm here, I'm just going to raid some stuff for the giggles of it all. Speaking of raiding for the giggles... just have you guys around here for raiding purposes. Pop, pop, watch those Vigianagaris draw. That's a bit of a problem. Didn't take this into account, but you're not actually reinforcing fast enough to take that. Should have dropped 2 instead of 1. Mistakes were made. I need to hold this, because it's quite useful for me. Is Greenland an island? What's a Greenland? You're talking nonsense, my friend. Ah, good. Good a move. Bring those sailors right up, because I need them for making my many galleys that I'm certainly going to be needing. A lot of these guys are already also raided, but... we'll start worming our way up with these guys when the need arises. This is too far away from our own coasts to raid securely, sadly. Alright, well, grab this, send another 1,000 over there so that stays put. And they are well defended. You're all dead over there, which is good. It stands to reason that I should grab the Maldives as quickly as I can, so I get ticking war score from it, but I would rather get everything I can from being a miserable git who comes over here and steals all of this guy's land. I'll leave you by the 2s, actually. So okay, so this wasn't very important to me whatsoever. Let's just march on his stupid capital. I would have expected him to have a bit more of an incredible fleet, but he does not. Meaning all these guys are kind of wasting their time even being at sea. I'll just have them plop along here. You'll shoot those guys dead, most likely. I'll take this and then take the fort, so I've got a bit of... Seram, that's the one I just converted. I'd rather have Prestige right now, though. Prestige is better relations over time, and I do hurt when it comes to... well, everybody wants to hate me for some reason. Oh, hello, Vigianagar. Oh, hello, Vigianagar. Guess I could trap all of you over there if I felt so inclined. And I do kind of feel so inclined. Even though I like having this fort, I could take you with barely a fight this way. Alright then, get your big but useless armies over there. What a dafty. So it was worth sacrificing those units if it means that I can keep Vigianagar locked over there and there. That's the bulk of his army gone. You see, in chess, it's the pawns who go first. I don't need quite so many out here, so I can just have you 4, with the rest of you just staying put. And you're the one that should have green gauges, frankly. Plonk. So with this taken, and it's not under threat from any such forts, I can just take these fellows on. Meanwhile, if there's raiding to be done, I'll be the one to do it. This is what makes me a bit unpopular among, well, the world. But we do what we must. Have you upgraded your government yet? What can you possibly upgrade from Grand Pirate Confederacy? Although that might be what you're getting at there, Dusty. Poor Vijay is confused about who's meant to be taking the island. Well, first you must confuse those close to you, then you can confuse your enemies. And gosh darn, I'm bad at this, but this is why I have the forts and why I have the other things. Who is taking high naval literature? Oh, good lord. Yeah, I did kind of leave you out there to die, didn't I? Well, let's just raid the Maldives while we're here. Yeah, that was far too many heavies to just leave there. Send those heavies to take their place, please. And... no, I still want this fort down, although... take this so you can actually reinforce from it. Can't have these guys getting any bright ideas about popping away. An election. This guy's probably going to kick the bucket. But I do need all the points I can get right now, so we shall keep you around. I got the admin, not the greatest, but I'll take it. Okay. I'm glad we have that alert so you don't just lose your units and that's the end of it. Keep that raiding coming in. 100% effectiveness because my piracy fleet is pretty good at what they do around here. Wouldn't you know? I wonder though. Alright, you go into these 4 areas, however. Granted, Bengal is good. How about Coromandel? No anti-piracy here, boss. It's all gonna be mine. Sadly, this isn't being wrapped up as quickly as I had hoped. And I'm not getting taking war score, in fact, quite the opposite from... Oh. How about that? He actually thinks he can take me, does Spain? They brought out their flagship, and they brought out a decent... Oh, that's not the only one they're going for. They're bringing it all home here. I'd rather not reinforce that. I like to think we can make this. We have overwhelming morale advantage. You guys are a different story, but I'm quite confident my heavies will blow theirs out of the water, even if they do have a flagship, and it might be my chance to actually cap that flagship, which would be pretty awesome. Didn't I have a heavy sitting around here, not knowing what to do with it? Potentially. But this tells me the Spanish have more balls than I would like them to have, so I'm actually going to reinforce this with a few more heavies, because sailors are not a current problem anymore. Raid, raid, raid those coasts. I mean, everyone hates me for this, but do I mind? I do not. They're free to hate me all they want. So I grabbed a lot of you, not sure about you, and that gives me 20 light ships. Not terribly sure what to do with them. It might be worth privateering Coromandel, but are there any more lucrative places that I should be sending my boats? I don't want to raid Nippon too much, because that's where my good friend, or subject, actually makes a touch of money from. Might be a good idea just kind of keeping them around in general. I'll have them on Andaman and then figure them out later. Throw their flagship on the pile. I'd like to capture it, but honestly, thinking back, when I said that we would have merchant navy, I really should have gone for shipboarding, but I don't want to spend 4,275 refitting my navy for that. As tempting though it may be. And I know tempting. Oh, baby! The Naxosian flag shall proudly fly over it. During a battle against the Spanish fleet, we managed to capture Flecha, the flagship they've prided themselves on so much in the past. Yoink. And that is total victory for us. We got Flecha. You know, I'm going to reward them by raiding them. Even though it wasn't particularly... Oh, but there's another battle going on, but that's our heavies versus their not heavies. So Fletcher should have a relatively clean run back to the Maritime Museum to join our other flagships. Indeed, another one for the pile. Let's grab what we can. Oh, grab what we can here, but not you, and not you. And then send them over here, and that should allow you folks, under the guidance of whoever, to take that back from English separatists. Gosh darn these guys. Wild Goose, take care of it. You don't even need to lead these guys. I want Wild Goose to lead you when you retake Rumden, because I've let it fall for too long. Much too long. Huh? You have stuff to raid as well? Just Calais. Sure, get on it. Can they make another if they're flag? Yeah, people can keep making flagships even if theirs are captured. Good luck to them. They'll need it. This isn't too good. I shouldn't just let these guys take this over, because then these folks will be able to run back, which is very not to the point of what I'm doing here. So go and stop them from their wild ideas. Seram's just the place where it's all happening. Now they're giving us spices. How nice. Again, I'm not using my diplomats. What could I be claiming around here? Oh, well, of course. Why am I not claiming Kote? What's their best province that I could claim? That sounds like their capital for 13 whole development. I want to take the whole lot of it. Hopefully I don't stir up too much bad blood with the Hindus around here. But I'm not being super greedy. I'm just taking islands. I got no reason to be mad. I'm doing what any red, white and blue-blooded European should, would and could be doing right now. Alright, roast these Iberians and... oh man, they just keep coming at me. I feel like I should have... whatever. It's just more Iberians to slaughter. Ah, they are beating me over here though, which isn't so hot. Their transport's actually taking me on. I don't like that one bit. But I like them having breathing room even less. So what I should probably do is consider this. One of you there, one of you there, and two of you here, and that should help keep those guys under wraps. Do we have any Spaniards in chat who would like to be the name of our Spanish flagship? Because Flecha sounds pretty awful, if I'm being totally serious. I extend that to any Dane, any Dutch, any Japanese, any Portuguese. We do have somebody apparently. Well, maybe. Artemis Shanka says Cervantes. Don't know what that means. Don't know what that means at all. It means arrow. Don't pick me though, says Dusty. Where's the UK? I mean, it's not looking so united, but there is a okay there. Could you enlighten those of us who aren't up to date with the extent of your nation, vassals, etc.? I only have two vassals. They're East Asian. It's Korea. I got them because they have a lot of cores on the Fu Manchu, and Yamana. I got them because they have the most cores on Japan, so I can feed them and just integrate it without causing too much anger. Otherwise, I'm everywhere. This probably gives us the best extent of where I am. Plenty of presence in East Asia. I do have one island that maybe counts as Africa. I got much of the UK and a few islands in the Mediterranean, and a big old slab of, well, big old, relatively big slabs of the New World. But we're only allowed to take islands, so we're doing the best we can on that front. Also, we got what we need to get you FOB here. Hopefully I don't forget about you, but I probably will after a wee while. These guys are going where exactly? Yeah, straight over there. Fair enough. Alright, India. We're all having a lot of fun, but I'd like you to die. They really are coming in for some here. Yamana's been converted, and this is where I'm focusing a lot of my conversion powers on. I could do it on my own land, sure, but I'd rather that Yamana didn't burst out. Like, truly burst at the seams from too much discontent. Religious discontent, so I'm doing whatever gives them the most. It also helps me get a bit of papal points, so I can do things like increase my stability when it goes below 2. I don't want it up at 3, it increases the rate at which you get nasty events that pull down your stability. So yeah, those Spaniards are having a hell of a gung-ho here, but I don't want to give them any such chance. Cube. There we go. And since we have full maritime ideas, our navy repairs in coastal sea zones and ching, so the Spanish just give it a rest. Now they actually do have a heavy here, but I have 2 heavies, which I think will cut the mustard for me. Bloomin' Spaniards. Just because they have some nice looking boats. So yeah, I've lost a ship there. can bring you together and scuttle the transport, because even though it's a nice merchantman, I'd rather just have the sailors right now. Pop over here, and that should give me everything I need for dealing with... Well, no, I probably need to slaughter their units and actually take Maldives, much as I don't want to. You guys are getting a bit hammered out there, so I'll have you switch places with these fellows. The English are pretty keen on revolting against me. I'd rather they didn't, so let's go and give them what's for. Sadly, I'll have to actually take Rumden back. Might take a bit of time. Gotta go, see you later, says D4S0N. Well, enjoy your evening. I know I will, because I get to do my favourite thing, which is beat up other nations. Ooch, I lost a heavy in all of this. And whilst I may have won, they did not lose out. Am I really sure that I won that encounter? Didn't feel like victory to me. Well, there's also the fact that I have 3 of them here. Let's bring you back over there and try to keep the Spaniards under lock and key. The reason I'm being like this with the blockade is that I really don't want them breaking out with transports. I have a bad enough time with their subjects here having, well, being able to throw those at me. I would love it if their subjects actually went independent, but none of them have even a lick of liberty desire, so never mind that. He really wants peace, but I don't want peace with the Spaniards. They would certainly attack me later on, and it would not be under good conditions for me. Is what I think. It could be that I actually build up enough strength for it not to be a problem after a while, but I do foresee it being a problem. Jings, we got ravaged there. We almost all died. I'm surprised we actually made it. Well, goodbye all of my manpower. Yes, seriously, goodbye my manpower. Well, fair enough. It does happen. Once I manage to take this, I don't know, maybe I should just carpet siege whilst I can. Carpet sieging, it's always good, right? Once upon a time we taught the AI to carpet siege, and we regretted it forever. Recht. I actually have money now, so let's hire people that can actually help us instead of just going for the lowest bidder. Managed to grab their capital, so I should be able to take this and this. Oh wow, I can't? Probably because they still think they're pretty big guys in all of this, so I'll take myself a whole lot of everything, and yeah, they are not keen on that at all. Okay, well, I can take more of their fortifications and carpet siege them here, and then we'll see who's laughing. Why would the Portuguese think they could take me on? They are allied with Spain, so they're not going to bring in anybody new. Can't say I was expecting that, though. Grant, I get war score straight away because I'm blockading them. This doesn't make me happy, though. The Portuguese have 15 heavy ships, and the worst thing is I don't know where they are. Portuguese reconquest of Tenerife. No, this is Tenerife, Jake. Well, it's Greek. The Portuguese reset their core on me. It's one bloomin' core, Portugal. Why you gotta be like this? But yes, them having all those heavies and me having all of my heavies busy over here is a bit of a pain. Because they could ravage my fleet here and then leave me unable to deal with them in other locations, and they might actually allow the Spanish to break out. That's a considerable problem for me, but they don't have naval. They do, however, have quality ideas. And they got their heavies right there. That's all pretty bad news for me. Pretty dang bad news for me. What can I do against you? Nothing if I don't know where his ships are, really. Although what I would probably benefit in doing is having a few more heavies around here to respond to such things. Because what have I got? 4 up there, 8 here. That's fine, but not fine enough. That is a bit painful. That is a bit very painful. And I don't have access to war galleons just yet either. Alright, well, we'll see where they attack and then counterattack accordingly. Meanwhile, the cursed Spanish are... Oh my. They finally dropped in on one of our islands there, which I'm not too happy with, but I shall make do. Please go privateering in Coromandel. We have nothing to fear. That's their army being a bit more picked apart here, and I think the Gianagari are about to wish they'd made some good peace deal while they could, because time's fastly running out for them. Could pick on some of their army, but I'd like to avoid spending the everything that's involved in a fight like that. Accomplished sailor for green gauges, movement speed increase, and Pasai continues to claim my land. How dare they? I just want one of these out for protection, the rest stay in, and this is no big deal. Alright, finally got Rumden back, which is good. Now I can bring you folks to somewhere a bit better, like here, because I don't know where the Portuguese are, but the Spanish will be able to walk all over Portuguese land and do nasty things to me. Portugal isn't an island, their existence is secured. Yeah, but they do have islands that I would probably like. For example, all the stuff that's trade... well, there's an island, for example. But I'm not able to quite easily crush them. I'll get war score from holding on to Tenerife, as long as I hold on to Tenerife. Well, there's our answer for where the Portuguese heavies are, at least the bulk of them, are down here in the Bay of Arguin, and they're led by a fairly accomplished Admiral 243. There's a lot of heavies. I only have 8 heavies without leadership. Well, Demetrius, time to step up. I really don't want to let go of my blockade of our friends there. But options, I don't have a colossal amount of them. Oh well, like I said, we'll see where they strike. Otherwise, I have Indians to take care of. And it's not a nice kind of taking care. Truce to the Ottomans is up. That is something to legitimately be concerned about, because the Ottomans could well come and do nasty things to me, especially seeing as I'm in 3 other wars. I feel like it would be prudent to have you guys out and about, but at the very least I will give you Zulfikar to watch over you. I'm glad to get cheaper admirals as a pirate. Can you demand colonial possessions from Spain? I think you have to actually have colonies in those areas to be able to demand that kind of stuff. And since I don't, because my capital is over there, I cannot. That's what I think is the case, at least. Have you considered improving relations with the Ottomans? No, the Ottomans will never come to love me. Spain could cough up a lot of money, but again, it would cost quite a lot because they would declare war on me later. If the rump state of Portugal thinks they can take me on, why would I think anybody else would give me an easy time? Also, Spain is liable to coalition me if I give them a piece of my mind. Hang on, there's more stuff to... Oh my! Britain is available for raiding. Why didn't you tell me? Ah, right. He was serious about that Tenerife, wasn't he? And they're actually going to be there in time. I don't think I could jump on them. 20th of August is just a bit too slow. Even with your movement speed. Hold on, you're not green gauges. If I had green gauges on you, then it would be a different story. I could try that. I could try to wallop them where they are. That's a risky fight to take, because there are a lot of them, sire. And I don't have my flagship or any... Oh, right, you would stop. You would stop me. I wouldn't be able to get there in time. But I would be able to sink their fleet, potentially. It's not enough heavies to really secure it for me, though. There's a lot of galleons rather than war galleons. But I'd rather not give the Portuguese the freedom of movement here. Dang. Isn't everyone declaring war on you because you're at war, though? If you were at peace, it's not so much that. I am weak in terms of army strength, right? They look at what I have, which is like 62 infantry and 19 cannons, and they think, ha, I can take him on, no doubt. And on paper, they're probably quite right. And then again, you know, Portugal doesn't have that much, do they? Maybe you are right. Maybe the war is giving me more war. Here's another thought. If I did peace out Spain, granted they could come right back against me, if I pieced out Spain, I would be able to absolutely screw Portugal. They can't involve Spain because I'd have a truce with Spain. And then... that's quite possible. Yeah, all the raiding does make everybody hate me, there is that. Let's give it a go then. Let's assume that maybe not being at war all the time is a good idea. I won't be able to get a particularly good peace deal out of this, sadly, but I absolutely want this province because it's good old coal down the line. Is there anything else they have that I would really quite like? Any island down here is a pretty big boon for me. Dang, I want these islands. They're good islands for me to have, and good islands for Spain not to have. Trouble is... well, there's a bunch of troubles. But I'd like to put as much financial crippling on Spain as possible throughout all of this. But that is a damn good island to have. It allows me to raid a whole lot of this. And I want this, of course, for the coal. Might just do that. Yeah, this would allow me to focus my everything on crushing the Portuguese here. What do you actually gain from not piecing out Spain? I don't get that they'll declare war on me in 8 years is such a bad thing. It's the fact that they'll declare war on me after they've rebuilt their navy, and their navy will be anywhere. The problem with Portugal is like their navy's here and I couldn't really see it coming. Fortunately, I do see it now and I see the opportunity. Whatever, let's peace out with Spain. Taking as much as we can, of course, and those provinces, which I can get coring pretty swiftly. This is a great one to get, actually. Saves me having to bother about this one so much, although it's still good to get for up here. What are you defining as an island? If it has a land connection to Paris or Panama, but there is no Panama, so basically if it's part of this or this landmass, then it's not an island and I can't take it. You can do the check, okay? London doesn't have a land connection to Paris. Venetia does not have a land connection to Paris. Alright, let's do it. Let's get Spain out of our face for a change. And let's do our utmost at crushing Portugal. Don't really like bringing in all these banged up early frigates into the fray. But let's put what we can to use here. Especially a lot of you guys, you're super banged up. And what do I have to do to get Vijayanagar out of my hair? Well, that's assuming I want all of their dosh, which I kind of do. And I'm not under some kind of liberty to hurry up with them. And since Portugal's so weak, I should be able to actually crush them on the mainland here as well. So thank you, Spain. Let's not have this back and forth thing with you anymore. You are such a pain to me, though. Get these cored up as well as I can. I'm gonna reduce this so it's even cheaper. My hemorrhage dip in this run. And I wanted my Green gauges, man. Available for duty.